welcome to another one of my videos about Air Maxes. This one's going to be another one about Air Max 1s. My reasoning behind that is I've done TikToks where I've done short videos about the Air Max 1s that I have in my collection. I wanted to do some more in-depth sort of talks about the ones that I've bought and why I've chosen to buy them. Thought it would be interesting. It might not be interesting, I don't know. But you don't know until you try it. So this first episode, I'm going to talk about probably my favourite pair of Air Max 1s that I've got in my collection. Today we're going to be talking about the Air Max 1 Ugly Ducklings. The Air Max 1 Ugly Ducklings come in two colourways. You've got them in, this is the Honeydew, which is the colour that I decided to go for. And you also have the Pecan, should be up there now. I decided to go for this colourway because it's kind of more my style. A lot of black and grey. I wear a lot of black and grey. But part of me is very disappointed I didn't just pick up both while I could, because I could have easily just picked up both, but I didn't. I was being frugal that day. But yeah, I went for the Honeydew, and I sort of go over them. I'll start from the sides. I do the fronts, the backs, and talk about things that I like, and even things that I don't like about them. But with this shoe, that'll be difficult because I think this is possibly, to me, this is the perfect Air Max 1 trainer. So as you can probably see from these, they're quite worn. These are kind of my go-tos. Everybody has a go-to pair of trainers, even if you collect trainers, a pair that you wear all the time. These are mine and then my Air Max 1s. I've got a pair of 90s that I wear a lot as well. But for my Air Max 1 collection, these are my slip-ons, if you know what I mean, which probably would make some people recoil, because I know a lot of people think they should be in prime condition, which if I could go back in time, they probably would be. But unfortunately, these ones aren't, because I do wear them all the time. I've been caught in the rain in them. The suede, so obviously that's been damaged. I spoke to people online about how to restore the suede. I've tried to do that, and I think I've done an okay job, but they're not as vibrant as they were when I first bought them. But that's by the by in a way. So I'm going to start with a side profile of the Air Max 1 Ugly Ducklings. So I'm going to come a bit closer. So as you can see on the, obviously the mid, is that the midsole you call it there? It's just a white standard. You've got your air bubble in there, which has got the green, which you also see. It's kind of like a mint green that's on the swoosh, which also matches the laces. I really like the colourway. I like the way that the orange runs around the sides and the way it's on the tongue and that as well. We'll come to the back and the front later. My only issue is there's a lot of colour. If you sit in a certain way, the colour does dye transfer from one shoe to the other. So what you can see there in my swoosh logo is the black of the suede from the left foot, because I've sat obviously with my feet crossed when I've been in the office at work. So that's a little bit annoying. So it's not so bad on the other side, because obviously you don't really rest on your inner foot, because you'd have to bend one ways that people can't. But I love the colourway. It's suede. You've got this lovely sort of like smooth suede on the toe box as well. I am a big fan of mesh toe boxes, but I let these ones off for that reason. And then you've got your orange running all around the sides. But yeah, from a side profile, it was definitely the one I wanted to pick up. Obviously your eyelets as well, I've got that orangey colour on them as well. Almost perfect, I'm going to say. Just that dye transfer and the way I've neglected them. Front of the shoe, and you've got obviously the orange goes all the way around. You've got your green, mint green laces. The orange is also on the tongue that matches on there. And then you go to the bottom and you've got that mint green running along the bottom as well. Your normal waffle design. As you can see, been worn. Not as bad as you could think. There could be all sorts on the bottom of them, but luckily I don't. I watch where I'm stepping. I can't think of anything worse than slapping in a dog poo in a pair of Air Maxes. I'd be fuming. But no, I like the bottom as well. I like how that matches the laces and the swoosh and your air bubble. It's a really good. Altogether, this colourway is almost perfect. The Pecan might be perfect, and I am looking for a pair of those. So if anyone's got a pair for sale in size 9, hit me up, send me a message. I'd love them. We are going to finally go on to the back of the shoe. So the back of the shoe is probably the piece de resistance. Is that how you say it? But whatever. You've got that where you normally have your Air Max logo. You've got the duck. I think that's really cool. I think this is probably one of the perfect pairs of Air Max trainers. I am sweating. It's an August day. I am boiling. But I love this. This is actually, to be fair, I'm going to be honest, this was the first pair of Air Max ones that I bought, which is why they're so worn. I've since collected all sorts of different ones. Nothing will ever beat these ones. They're so comfortable. They're just really, I'm going to say it, they're really stylish. They go with all my clothes that I've got. They're just a really cool pair of trainers. I mean, if you don't agree, hit me with a comment at the bottom. But honestly, I think these are perfect pickup. You can probably still get them in certain places. I would advise to, if you do get them, don't wear them out in the rain and things like that, because they are quite a nice suede. They're a premium pair, so after they use premium materials on them. I'm a bit of an idiot and I went out in the rain because I wanted a pint at the pub. So yeah, I've damaged them a little bit. I probably, to be honest with you, I'm at the point where I may even pick up another pair of this colour just to keep them pristine for collection purposes. But I do also want the pecan ones. But yeah, altogether, a really good pair of trainers. Okay, so if I had to rate the Ugly Duckling Honeydews out of 10, there'd be a solid 9.5. The only thing that scores them down, in my opinion, is the fact you get the dye transfer from one trainer to the other, which is probably more my fault than the trainer's fault, but premium materials, you probably don't expect that sort of thing. But yeah, these are my go-tos. I wear these all the time. Tell me what you think about them. Tell me if you've copped a pair and how you've looked after them. Do you prefer these or the pecan? I preferred these when I first looked at them. Now I want the pecan really badly, but they're on even keel for me. 9.5, Air Max 1.